Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. Tuesday morning here. Hopefully you had a really good long weekend and are ready to do some work. No doubt you've heard some news about returning to school, and I wish I had more information. I put some stuff on the website, just on the homepage. We really don't know. It's going to be small classes. It'll be a very kind of a slow return, maybe 10 students at a time in each classroom. It'll be choice too, so if your parents are like, no, I don't want that, that's fine. I won't be sending my own daughter back. So anyway, I want to get to probability today. I don't want to take a lot of time. There's a couple of things we'll do today and tomorrow, Wednesday. Today what I did is I just put some more probability questions up, page 248 and 249 on the website. And I want you to work on questions 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want, continue 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12. If you want to try more than that. I want to just go through 1, 2, 3, 4 with you, and then you can try it again on your own. So I'll show you a couple of shortcuts. The first question is, what's the probability of flipping two coins? So heads, two different coins, two loonies, two toonies, what does it matter? And getting two tails, okay? So what I could do is I could list all different outcomes, right? I could even do it with that tree diagram. So I'm starting here, I could get heads and tails on the first one, right? And then I could get heads and tails on the second, and heads and tails on the second. So there's 4 different outcomes, and there's only one way of getting tails and tails, okay? So one way out of 4 or 25%, and that's all you have to do. Now number 2, I'm gonna take a shortcut for, because I could do that. 2 spinners, each numbered 1 to 6. So it's like rolling dice, 1 to 6. It's exactly the same as rolling dice. If both are spun, what's the probability of 5 and 5? So you could list all of the outcomes, right? You could have a 1 and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and... You could list all 36 outcomes. Or I just know that there are 6 outcomes on the first dice, there's 6 on the second dice, so there's 36 possible outcomes, but there's only one way to get a 5 and a 5, right? So my probability of getting a 5 and a 5 is 1 out of 36, and that's a really low percent. I think it's 2.7 repeating percent, or 2.8%. Okay, so that shortcut is very helpful for that, and that's good. As we move forward in probability, shortcuts are going to become your best friend. 3 is the identical question. 2 dice, so probability on the first dice is 6. Probability or possibilities are 6. Possibilities in the second are 6, and then together for each one you have 6. So I get a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 3, 1 and a 4, 1 and a 5, 6, 2 and a 1, 2 and a, right? I could do a list them all, or I could do a tree, or I could just know that 6 outcomes in the first dice, 6 on the second, so 36 possible outcomes. There's only one way to get a 2 and a 2, right? So 1 out of 36 again. The exact same question is down here, so 2.8%. Okay? This one's a little bit different, and it would be a lot of work, right? Because I have 10 different marbles in the first bag, and I have 5 different ones in the second, right? So I have 50 different possible outcomes that I could have. I could have for the first black marble and first white, first black, second white, first black, third white, first black, second black, first black, or first black, second black. I could list them all out, right? And it would look just like that. I could take the first black marble, right? That's the first one, because there's 2 here. And then I could have the first white marble, and then I could have the second white marble, and then I could have the third white marble, and then I could have the first in this bag, black marble, and then I could have the second black one. And then move to the second black marble, right? And list them all out that way. Or I just know that there's 10 outcomes here, there's 5 outcomes here, so there's a total of 50 outcomes. That has to be my denominator, okay? Now how many different ways of getting white and white? Well, there's 5 white marbles here, and 3 white marbles here, so there are 15 combinations of white and white. So the probability of getting white and white is 15 out of 50. Which is 30%, right? You can list them all out, and that's totally fine, but I think it's easier to do it this way, okay? So if you want to go on to the next page, you know, what's the probability of flipping 2 coins at the same time and not landing on both heads? Well, the probability of heads and heads is 1 out of 4, so the possibility of getting not that is 3 out of 4, right? I'm not going to go over those right now, but if you want, you have 2 choices with these questions. Either you list all the outcomes and then figure out the probability, or you just figure out how many possible outcomes there are and how many ways of getting your desired outcome. Shortcutting it that way. That's all. That's going to be it for Tuesday. Tomorrow, there's not a quiz, but there's another Google Form worksheet, and I changed it around a little bit. So when you go into it, it's going to ask for your Learn 34, or if you're already logged into your Learn 34, it'll just automatically pop up your Learn 34 sign in, your email, or whatever the case may be. And then when you do it, you submit it, and it'll automatically send the results to your Learn 34. So it'll show you the Google form that you did, the question you selected, and the right answer. So if you got 10 out of 10 or 12 out of 12, it'll say all correct, and it'll show you the correct answer. If you got, if you got 8 out of 12, it'll show you the 4 you got wrong and the correct answer and the explanation why. So that's coming on Wednesday. Also today, Tuesday, there's a science Google form for you to work on as well. So a couple of Google forms to do. I know that's the easiest way to submit things in. They're multiple choice, so it's not my favorite, but again, it's all about ease. Okay, so stay tuned for more information coming in the next little while. This week is going to be a regular week, except for it's only 4 days. Check every day for math, check Tuesday for science, make sure you're coming to meet us, make sure you're doing your daily work, submitting what you need to submit, and have a really good week. Take care, everybody.